in this country. Mr. Speaker, ethnicity, marginalization, diversity, very important values that are so clear in our constitutions are just on paper, they are not in action. Opportunities has become the preserve of only the major tribes in this country. Mr. Speaker, I'm not a flower girl to sit in this house to always approve names for only few communities, Mr. Speaker. Kenya belongs to 47 tribes. 47 tribes. Day in, day out, we are approving names. I ask, are other Kenyans not competent? Are they not qualified? I'm reminded of the predecessor of this gentleman, David Kibet. One Dr. Adano has been acting for 21 months. 21 months in the same position. That begs many questions. There were so many irregularities in the recruitment of officers in the same office. So my concern, in as much as I approve the appointment of Kibet, Kenya doesn't belong to 2 to 3 or 4 tribes. Kenya belongs to 47 tribes. I don't know when an Ajuran, which is a tribe also in this country, a nominee from that community shall come to the floor of this house and we approve one from that community. There is the monopoly of only appointing people from few tribes. Kenya is one and our unity is manifest in the 47 communities or tribes, Mr. Speaker. In as much as I approve the nominee, I beg for regional balance. I beg for equity. I beg that all Kenyans are treated equally. I beg that Somali is not an ethnic, it's an ethnicity but not a tribe. That the Somali community is a nation of tribes. And many a times we are shrouded and we are being concealed in that name. So my concern is, let Kibet be approved. But let Kenya belong to 47 tribes, not in name but by action. I support, but I am not happy. I am not happy. I am crestfallen in the way in which public service is being just given to few clans, to few tribes, Mr. Speaker. Otherwise, I approve. Thank you.
The Honorable Makilap. Makilap. Order,
thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, please consult in law.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Order. Yeah.
Protecting me from the leadership here. They are doing loud consultation.
The Honorable Kimani Chungwa, the Honorable Osoro. Now, I'll not mention the lady's name. She's my colleague.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First, I rise to support David Kibet Kemei for appointment to the position of Director General of Competition Authority of Kenya. So, Speaker, during the vetting process, the one David Kemei showed a lot of experience and knowledge in the area, in matters of law, in matters of competitors. He has vast knowledge in the industry. So, Speaker, just following what the Leader of Majority has said, David Kemei has a job to be done in Kenya. One, Mr. Speaker, is to ask David Kemei, if he gets approval of this House, to sort out competition in the power sector, as the Leader of Majority has said, so that Kenya Power does not enjoy monopoly of power in this country, Mr. Speaker. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, in Safaricom, M-Pesa, competition between M-Pesa and commercial banks and microfinance, Mr. Speaker, an industry that is not regulated by law, Mr. Speaker, that needs to be sorted out. That is a job waiting for one David Kemei. Mr. Speaker, in the manufacture of semen, Mr. Speaker, in this country there is one manufacturer who does the clinker, who does the manufacture of and processing of semen. He is the manufacturer, he is the wholesaler, he is the retailer, and he is the distributor. Mr. Speaker, how do you expect the small business people to compete? Mr. Speaker, that is an area that requires to be sorted out. Similarly to steel manufacturer. It's the one manufacturing steel, it does the distribution, it does the retail, Mr. Speaker, and it does the mining of pellets, among other things, Mr. Speaker. How do you expect a small hustler who has opened their shop in Baringo North, for example, Mr. Speaker, to compete with that kind of manufacturer? So, Mr. Speaker, this is an industry that requires a man of caliber of David Kibet to be able to sort out the things that are affecting that particular industry, Mr. Speaker, including taxes, Mr. Speaker. A situation where tax regime...
Honorable members, order. I can understand... Order. Just a second. I can understand there's a lot of excitement today in the House. But please, do consult in low tones, allow the Honorable Makilap to be heard. Proceed, Makilap.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. What is it in competition, Mr. Speaker? Competition must be able to create a fair playground for all business people in Kenya. This is the man that will be able to put in order monopolies in business. Look at the milk industry, Mr. Speaker. The milk industry, the milk production and the value chain in the milk industry is skewed towards one competitor who works very hard to kill the other industries, including ACC. Mr. Speaker, this milk production and its value chain, together with the competitors of those who process and package milk, requires order so that the business people on the ground, the people who produce milk and keep cows, will be able to have value for money for their milk, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, there is a lot that needs to be regulated in this country so that there is fair competition, so that the people who want to build the economy, the young economies, will be able to build in the internet sector, Mr. Speaker, and the digital economy. Mr. Speaker, there is need to have order in that area, Mr. Speaker, so that everyone has a play and has a space to play in growing the economy of Kenya. Mr. Speaker, I support David Kibet for the appointment for Director General of Competition Authority of Kenya, Mr. Speaker.
The MP for Jomvu, Badibadi. Mheshimiwa Badibadi.
Yes. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Speaker kwa kunipatia fursa hii leo ili na mimi kuungana pamoja na wenzangu kuchangia katika mada hii. Leo Mheshimiwa Speaker, mimi nataka pia kushikana pamoja na wajumbe wenzangu katika kuunga mkono uteuzi wa Bwana David Kimei katika halmashauri ya ushindani, yani Director General katika Competition Authority. Vile vile Mheshimiwa Speaker, niko na sababu ambazo zinanifanya kuwa niweze kuunga mkono hoja hii. Ni kwa sababu Bwana David Kimei ameongelelewa na wengi sana juu ya utendakazi wake na kuwa ni mtu ambaye ataweza kusaidia katika kuona kuwa halmashauri hii inaweza kunawiri. Mheshimiwa Speaker, tumeona kiongozi wetu wa wengi ndugu Kimani Ichung'wah akizungumzia juu ya hali ilivyo katika Kenya Power, na ni muhimu pia na mimi niunge mkono kusema kwa mambo kama haya. Ni muhimu kuona kuwa mtu mwananchi anaweza kujichagulia, lakini hali ilivyo mwananchi anawekwa katika hali kuwa hana budi, lazima awe ataweza kutumia moto wa Kenya Power. Vile vile Mheshimiwa Speaker, nataka kumwambia Bwana David Kimei ya kwa kuwa hii kazi yake ni ngumu sana na lazima ajitolee na serikali impe nguvu ya kuona kuwa namna gani wale mabwenyenye ambao watakuwa wakitaka kuzuia ili waweze kumonopolize biashara, kuona kuwa ameweka ushindani wa kila moja. Mheshimiwa Speaker, nikisema hivyo ni kumaanisha kuna uwekezaji wa nafaka, yani grain handling, ambao kuna makampuni pia, Mheshimiwa Spika, wanataka kujitolea kuona kuwa kule Mombasa washindane pamoja na wengine ili wafanye biashara ile, lakini wanaekewa vikwazo vingi katika kuona kuwa wanaweza na wao kuingia katika uwanja wa ushindani ili kufanya mambo yale. Kijana mmoja mkurugenzi mdogo sana pale anaitwa Mohamed D, ambaye yeye aling'ang'ana pande ya mambo ya documentation na mengine mingi kuona kuwa ili aweze katika hiyo kampuni ishindane na wale mabwenyenye wengine. Mheshimiwa Spika, hatuwezi kuenuka ikiwa tutaacha wale mabwenyenye peke yao wenye nguvu wafanye biashara. Kwa hivyo mimi nasema ni muhimu huyu bwana David Kimei aone kuwa tukimpelekea maneno pia kumwambia awe ataweza kuwasikiza ili aweze kufungua mlango wa ushindani wa kibiashara na mambo mengine katika watu wetu. Vile vile leo tuna hasara, Mheshimiwa Spika, imepatikana mafuta kule Turkana, ambapo kwa zamani sisi pale Mombasa kwetu kulikuwa na refinery pale Changamwe. Hivi sasa imefungwa, hakuna ushindani ambao unaweza kuendelea. Mafuta haya yanapatikana, yanachukuliwa pelekwa nchi za nje, wanafanyiwa na yanakuwa refined, kisha tunarudishwa tunauziwa. Kwa hivyo hiyo kwa Kiswahili nasema ni goji kirba, kirba goji. Yani sisi tuna mafuta tutoe nje tufanywe refining alafu kisha turudishwe. Hii kampuni ya refinery lazima ifufuliwe na serikali ili iweze kushindana na wale Waarabu wengine pale katika nchi za nje na kutupa kazi katika watu wetu ambao walikuwa wanafanya katika refinery ile. Leo Mheshimiwa Spika, watu wengi wamefutwa kazi. Watu wengi wameenda kutafuta kazi katika nchi za nje. Mdogo wa mamangu mwenyewe, bwanake alikuwa anaitwa Kibwana, anafanya refinery. Kwa experience yake baada ya refinery kufungwa, leo ameenda kufanya kazi Qatar katika nchi za nje kusaidia watu wengine, na hali hii miradi ikiweza kufunguliwa wanaweza kuleta ushindani na watu wetu kufanya kazi hapa. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Spika, nashukuru sana na nampongeza David Kimei. Asante sana.
Madam Ngelechei, the MP for Elgeyo Marakwet, followed by akifuatwa na Mheshimiwa Mazamzam.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. And Mr. Speaker, I want to contribute to the appointment of Mr. Kimei. I know David Kimei personally as a person, and he is someone, a very hardworking person, who has actually steered a very successful DGMB Solutions Limited, and has proven to be somebody who can take an organization from one level to another. And that is the experience that we need in the public service nowadays, Mr. Speaker, because many a times we fail, not because we don't have the right people with the right knowledge, but experience is the best way we can handle this noble organization. Last, Mr. Speaker, Kimei is also somebody who is known to be very transparent, very honest. This is somebody you can depend upon, and this is somebody who is, you can guarantee that can discharge his duties without fear and favor. I therefore support the committee, Mr. Speaker, on the issue of David Kimei. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mheshimiwa Zamzam.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Kwanza kabla sijaendelea niweze kuelezea wale ambao wanashughulika na IT ama pale juu wasiweze kutoa mazungumzo yangu, manake tumeingia bunge tuzungumze, watu wetu wanaangalia. Mheshimiwa Spika, Mheshimiwa Spika, nichukue fursa hii niweze kumshukuru na kumpongeza ndugu yetu David Kimei kwa kuteuliwa katika halmashauri hii. Mheshimiwa Spika, Mheshimiwa Spika, ni mtu ambaye David Kimei amekuwa ni mtu mwenye mujitama ambao wa kueleweka, ni mtu ambaye amejiweka katika hadhi ambayo inatakiwa kuwekwa katika halmashauri hii. Mheshimiwa Spika, nikiweza kupigia upatu ndugu yangu Mheshimiwa Badi, Naweza kusema hivi Mheshimiwa Spika. Halmashauri nyingi Mheshimiwa Spika, unapata kama alivyozungumza wana ile mambo ya kufanya biashara mtu mmoja, yani monopoly. Yeye mtu mmoja ndio anataka kufanya biashara peke yake Mheshimiwa Spika. Na mimi nataka kusema kwa mfano ile grain bulk ya handlers ya kule Mombasa. Unapata kuna wenzetu ambao wana uwezo wa kufanya biashara hii Mheshimiwa Spika, lakini mtu mmoja amekatalia, yeye peke yake ndo anafanya hiyo biashara Mheshimiwa Spika. Wenzake wamepewa nafasi ya kufanya, lakini unaona mambo enda kotini na nini. Kwa hiyo tunajua ndugu yetu David Kemei anaweza kainyoosha Mheshimiwa Spika na mambo yakawa sawa Mheshimiwa Spika. Tunaangalia pia katika halmashauri ya stima Mheshimiwa Spika, kuna mambo mengi ambayo yanaendelea, na akiweza kutoa mwanya ambao tutapata wengine ambao waweza kufanya shughuli hizi Mheshimiwa Spika, ikawa mambo ya stima yanaenda vizuri Mheshimiwa Spika. Kwa hiyo mimi nataka leo kumpongeza, na pia nimwambie ndugu yangu Badi, pole sana kupoteza bodyguard wako. Mwenyezi Mungu amrehemu, amhifadhi na wema, na Mwenyezi Mungu akupe nguvu ndugu yangu Badi. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika.
Lilian Kogo. Yes, order Lilian.
Thank you so much, Honorable
Lilian.
Speaker.
Yes, Owen Bayer.
Honorable Speaker, while I support the sentiments on David Kemei, but in this debate, on the point of irrelevance, is it really right for honorable members to fight a company without a substantive motion? The issue of grain bulk is being fronted as if it is the main motion. Grain bulk is a respectable company that is doing good business out there. But when we drag its name here because of, I don't know, whatever war they have in Mombasa, I think it's unfair for this company, for the staff of that company, and for the organization called Grain Bulk. I think we need as a country to support this organization without having really to badmouth them in Parliament just because you cannot compete with them out there. Honorable Speaker, I think they need to withdraw those statements and stick to the motion on David Kemei and competition without necessarily having to badmouth a company that has done Kenya a great job. When no one could handle grain in this country, Grain Bulk came and invested. Is it really right for us to fight Grain Bulk Limited in this chamber? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Hold Zamzam, weko nini? Hapana.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika. Nataka nimwelezee Mheshimiwa Owen Bayer jua kuweka matusi kando na maneno kando. Nimesema anafanya kazi nzuri, lakini atoe mwanya wa wenzake pia kuweza kufanya biashara ile ile, siwe ni mtu mmoja. Kwa hiyo hatujamtukana, hatujamtusi, usiweke fitna. Hii ni bunge ambayo tunataka mgao katika serikali ama mgao katika taifa uelekee kwa Wakenya wote Mheshimiwa Spika. Kwa hiyo Mheshimiwa Bayer, mimi ni mpwani, wewe ni mpwani, na unajua bandari ni yetu sisi sote, lazima tuweke Wakenya wote waweze kupata matunda ndani ya bandari. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika.
Lilian Kogo.
I really thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to also rise and support the nomination of one David Kemei to be the Director General of Competition Authority. And I want to congratulate him. He's well known in his astuteness in the work that he does. And Honorable Speaker, the point I wanted to add on to what my colleagues have already said is that the appointment of Honorable Kemei comes at a point when, as Kenyans, we are entangled in a system where we have the national debate on inclusivity. We have the agenda of everybody and all of us being included. I appreciate his qualifications, I appreciate his experience, but he's coming at a time, Honorable Speaker, when the national dialogue and the national agenda is on inclusivity. So I want to appreciate the work that the committee has done, but I still also want to implore Kenyans. I want to implore Kenyans and tell them and tell us that it is important that when distributing the national cake, that Honorable Speaker, that we include all regions, Honorable Speaker. At the time that Kenya stands, most Kenyans have been exposed to education, Honorable Speaker. At the place where we find Kenya, Honorable Speaker, most Kenyans are experienced, Honorable Speaker. At the point where I stand, Honorable Speaker, most Kenyans have the capacity to do a good job. So I would implore, Honorable Speaker, that as we appoint noble Kenyans in the various capacities so for them to serve this country, I pray that we follow the desire of the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya. We follow the law of the land. We follow the ultimate Bible of the law of Kenya, that we include all Kenyans, Honorable Speaker. I have nothing personal against David. I have nothing, he's not known to me in person, but my dear friend, Honorable Member for Aldai, indicates that she knows him in person. And I hold her in very high regard. And for that particular reason, I'm going to give the DG marks. This is what I'm saying, Honorable Speaker, that as much as we want to do this, we need to now start getting it right. That even the motion that is still, that is pending before this House, that you are here to give your direction and wisdom. I know, Honorable Speaker, that people will still question why it is only one particular community, Honorable Speaker, that would qualify for certain jobs. I have nothing personal against my dear brother, but I pray, Honorable Speaker, that we give each other equal opportunity, we balance all the state corporations, and as he goes to work, do the work, implement the Act of Competition Authority. I pray that he does it with the diligence and the decorum that is expected of him. A time has come that he has to go and just clip certain companies in this country. Honorable Speaker, you would find a certain company, you buy data with them. When you buy data of 1,000, by morning that data is finished. You buy data of 3,000, by morning that same data is finished. Even if you are not using your phone, your data just disappears. So I'm wishing my brother well, and I pray that he serves Kenyans with the diligence and the respect that Kenyans deserve. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, member for...
Yes, Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. I'm standing on order 95. I feel that this matter has been extensively deliberated upon, and Mr. Speaker, I'm requesting you to call the mover to reply. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Is that the mood of the House? I'll put the question, which is that the mover be called upon to reply. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I want to thank this Honorable House for the great robust debate that you've had on this candidate, Honorable Speaker. And because I'm sure that the candidate is listening, and if this House approves his candidature for the Director General of the Competition Authority of Kenya, I hope he's going to take into consideration the concerns of this House, which is ensuring there is a robust competition in this Republic, which is to ensure that we stop these monopolies in this country, Honorable Speaker. Because monopolies have been shown by research to cause many problems, whether it is substandard products in the market, whether it is price manipulation, Honorable Speaker, whether it is hindering the growth of small and medium-term enterprises, Honorable Speaker, whether it is the abuse of the market, whether it is prevention of economic efficiency, Honorable Speaker, or even preventing concentration of economic power to a few people, Honorable Speaker, or a few institutions, Honorable Speaker.